Episode 8, The Gathering Storm. Astor knew his next steps would define not only his future but also the fate of the village. With every passing day, Henry's influence over the king tightened, and Astor needed allies, both in the palace and beyond. Late that night, Astor summoned the loyal servant who had warned him about Henry's plans. The servant, an older man named Marcus, was cautious but willing to help. "Your Highness," Marcus said, bowing low. "I will assist you however I can, but Henry is clever. We must be discreet." Astor nodded, his voice steady. "We need proof of his lies. There must be records, messages, anything that ties him to his schemes." Marcus hesitated, then leaned closer. "There is a messenger who often visits Henry late at night. He carries sealed letters, and I suspect they hold critical information. If we intercept one, we may find what you seek." In the village, Chris wrestled with his emotions. Astor's letter had softened his anger, but trust was harder to rebuild. Despite his inner conflict, Chris couldn't ignore the growing tension among the villagers. Rumors of royal soldiers marching to enforce orders spread like wildfire, and fear began to take hold. Chris decided to act. Gathering a small group of trusted villagers, he shared what he knew. "I believe the prince is on our side," he began, his voice firm. "He's not like the others in the palace. If there's any chance to stop this before it gets worse, we need to trust him." An older villager scoffed. "Trust a prince? They've done nothing but take from us." Chris clenched his fists. "I've seen Astor's heart. He wants to help us. If we fight against him, we'll be fighting the wrong enemy." The group murmured uncertainly, but Chris's conviction planted a seed of hope. Back in the palace, Astor and Marcus put their plan into motion. Late at night, they waited in the shadows near Henry's quarters. As the messenger emerged, clutching a sealed letter, Marcus deftly intercepted him. Pretending to stumble, Marcus spilled a tray of goblets, causing the messenger to drop the letter. "Apologies, sir," Marcus said, feigning clumsiness as he slipped the letter into his sleeve. The messenger muttered angrily and hurried away, oblivious to the theft. Astor and Marcus retreated to a quiet corner, where they broke the seal. The letter's contents confirmed their suspicions. It detailed Henry's fabricated reports of rebellion and his plans to use the king's authority to seize control of key territories. "This is it," Astor whispered, his heart pounding. "This is the proof we need." But their triumph was short-lived. Heavy footsteps echoed down the corridor, and Henry's voice rang out. "Search the palace. Someone has interfered with my correspondence." Astor quickly handed the letter to Marcus. "Hide this and get it to someone we trust," he said urgently. "I'll draw them away." "Your Highness, no," Marcus protested, but Astor had already stepped into the open. The guards spotted him immediately. "Prince Astor," one barked. "What are you doing out here?" Astor forced a casual smile. "I couldn't sleep and decided to walk." "Is there a problem?" Henry appeared, his sharp eyes narrowing at Astor. "A letter has gone missing, Your Highness. Surely you haven't been meddling in matters beyond your understanding." Astor met his gaze steadily, his voice calm. "I have no idea what you're talking about, Lord Henry." Henry studied him for a moment, then waved the guards off. "Return to your chambers, Your Highness. It's late." As Astor walked away, his heart raced. The letter was safe for now, but the storm was building and the fight was far from over.